Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're stepping into a world that's often misunderstood, yet incredibly rich and unique. We're going to explore the inner world of children with autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. It's not about looking at autism from the outside in, but trying to understand it from the inside out. How do they perceive the world? What does it feel like to be them? Let's embark on this journey of empathy and understanding together. Imagine you're in a room where every single sound is amplified. The gentle hum of the refrigerator sounds like a lawnmower. The ticking of a clock is like a hammer. And a distant conversation feels like someone is shouting right into your ear. For many children on the autism spectrum, this isn't an exaggeration. It's their daily reality. This is called auditory hypersensitivity. Their brains process sounds differently, making it hard to filter out background noise and focus on one thing, like a parent's voice. This is why a seemingly normal environment, like a bustling classroom or a shopping mall, can feel completely overwhelming and distressing. They might cover their ears not to be defiant, but as a way to protect themselves from a painful sensory overload. It's a constant battle to find quiet in a world that never stops making noise. Now, let's think about sight. Have you ever been captivated by the way light filters through leaves, or the intricate patterns on a carpet? For some autistic children, their visual perception is incredibly detailed. They might notice tiny things that most of us would completely miss. But this can also be overwhelming. Bright, fluorescent lights can flicker and buzz in a way that's physically uncomfortable, almost like a strobe light. A room full of vibrant colors and moving people can be a dizzying, chaotic kaleidoscope of information. To cope, a child might focus intently on one single object, like a spinning top or the lines on the floor. This isn't because they're disinterested in everything else. It's a way of creating a small, predictable, and safe visual space. In a world that can feel visually explosive, they find comfort in patterns and predictability because it helps them make sense of the visual chaos. What about the sense of touch? Think about the clothes you're wearing right now. You probably don't even notice the seams or the tag. But for a child with tactile hypersensitivity, that little tag can feel like sandpaper scraping against their skin. The seam in a sock can feel like a rock in their shoe. A gentle, loving hug might feel restrictive and overwhelming, like being squeezed too tightly. This is why some children might prefer specific types of clothing, or seem resistant to physical affection. It's not a rejection of love. It's a reaction to a physical sensation that feels genuinely uncomfortable or even painful to them. On the other hand, some children might be hyposensitive, meaning they need more sensory input. They might seek out deep pressure, tight hugs, or weighted blankets because it helps their bodies feel calm and grounded. This different way of processing the world also shapes how autistic children think and feel. Many people on the spectrum are what we call monotropic, which means their brain tends to focus its attention on a small number of interests at any one time. This is why you might see a child who is an absolute expert on dinosaurs, train schedules, or a specific video game. These aren't just hobbies. They are deep, passionate interests that provide immense joy, comfort, and a sense of order. In a world that often feels unpredictable and confusing, diving deep into a subject they love is a way to create a space of expertise and control. It's their flow state, where everything makes sense and they can truly shine. We should see these special interests not as obsessions, but as passions that are a core part of who they are. This unique processing also affects social interaction. We often learn social rules implicitly, without anyone ever teaching us. We pick up on body language, tone of voice, and unwritten rules of conversation. For many autistic children, these rules can seem like a foreign language they were never taught. They might be very literal thinkers. If you say, "It's raining cats and dogs," they might genuinely look outside for animals falling from the sky. They may not naturally make eye contact, not because they are rude, but because looking at someone's face while also trying to process their words can be too much sensory information at once. They are trying their best to navigate a social world whose rules feel arbitrary and complex. Their honesty can be mistaken for bluntness, and their need for solitude can be mistaken for aloofness. But their desire for connection is often just as strong as anyone else's. They just express it and pursue it differently. So, how does all of this come together? It creates a unique inner experience. Imagine constantly translating the world around you. You're trying to decode sounds, sights, and social cues that seem to come naturally to everyone else. It can be exhausting. This is why routine and predictability are so important. Having a set schedule for the day, eating the same foods, or playing with the same toys isn't about being rigid. It's about reducing the amount of new, unpredictable information that needs to be processed. It creates pockets of calm in a world of sensory and social static. When that routine is broken, it can feel like the ground is shifting beneath their feet, causing genuine anxiety and distress. Understanding this inner world is the first step toward true empathy and support. When we see a child covering their ears, we can think maybe the noise is too much, instead of they're not listening. When a child is flapping their hands, a behavior known as stimming, we can understand it's a way to regulate their sensory system and express their emotions, whether it's joy or anxiety. It's a physical language. Instead of trying to make them fit into our world, we can learn to build bridges to theirs. We can create quieter spaces, use clear and direct language, respect their need for routine, and most importantly, celebrate their unique passions and perspectives. The autistic mind is not a broken version of a normal mind. It's a different kind of mind, with its own strengths and its own challenges. Many autistic individuals have incredible attention to detail, a strong sense of justice, deep loyalty, and a unique creativity that comes from seeing the world from a different angle. By trying to understand their sensory and emotional reality, we move beyond simple awareness and into the realm of true acceptance and appreciation. We learn that their world, while different, is just as valid, rich, and meaningful as our own. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration today. I hope this has given you a new perspective and a deeper sense of empathy. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more content that aims to build understanding and connection. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care and keep learning.